Hey, it's Steven here from Marketplace Superheroes, and in this video I'm going to do something very different. We're going to go to a different marketplace today, and I'm going to break down exactly how you can start a business on this platform for a much lesser amount of money, and we're going to break it down as best we possibly can, and let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to jump onto this platform in 1 second. Before I do, please like this video if you're interested in watching a tutorial not about Amazon. And secondly, of course, subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon somewhere around this page. Tony will sort that out for me. Okay, so what is the platform, mysterious platform we're talking about today? We are talking about Etsy. Yes, Etsy. Now, what is Etsy? Well, it is a platform where typically in the past it would have been more handmade items. And like Amazon, it's a marketplace for products. So what I've been looking at recently are different ways to start businesses online. And I saw a number of videos talk about this method whereby basically you can start selling print-on-demand t-shirts, mugs, etc. You can create a store on Etsy and you can be up and running for a relatively small amount of money. So what I thought I'd do today is break down how that works, what's involved in that, and then you can make the decision for yourself today whether or not it's something that you feel is worth investing further into or not. And of course, if you like this kind of stuff, we will do more of it on the channel. So with that said, we're going to jump over to my computer, which is right here, and we're going to break this down with you in a lot more detail. Okay, so we're over here now on Etsy, and we're going to start our whole process from scratch. So first of all, maybe you're wondering, what kind of products would we be talking about at all? Now, we did mention it's print on demand, which basically means we can take an order of a product, we can then go and get it printed from a print on demand supplier, which we'll talk about in just a couple of minutes. And that new product that we have designed and we get printed as they are sold, that's something that we can go ahead and sell on Etsy. So let's go and take a look at some example stores out there. So I just will type in just funny t-shirt just for now, just to make it nice and simple. And you can look down and see lots of different t-shirts, some a little bit rude, of course, here and there, which I do apologize for, but I didn't make them, so you can't really give it to me that much. But that said, if we look around here, we can see, like I say, lots of different suppliers. Now, what we can do is we can click into basically any of these products whatsoever, and we can actually go ahead and look and see what are the different types of items that they're selling. Now, let's go and see. Let's just pick a random one. I'm going to show you an example. I've had a look at a couple of examples as well for today. This one here is relating to coffee, right? And it's got the whole lifeline thing, like if you don't have coffee, you're not going to be awake. So people like it because it's in the coffee niche, right? They show you the different t-shirts they have available and all that. They got their sizing charts, etc. Now, what's interesting is if we click into Rocco Clothing here, we can see that they're based in Texas. That doesn't matter so much. They have 810 reviews and they have 8,670 sales, and they started on Etsy in 2019. That's pretty interesting. They have 269 items. So if you look down here, you'll start to see all the different products that they're selling, right? Lots of different items. And some of these I would not recommend because they're Disney. And of course, you're getting into copyright law and stuff like that. Sometimes though, in America, you have different rules around this relating to if it's a parody, you can get away with it. But I would personally keep away from this kind of thing. It's a little bit dangerous. But with that said, like if you look at this here, let's say, like let's look at one of these. I know they're a Disney product, but just to have a look, right? They're a Disney cruise shirt. It's a whole kind of a family thing. Actually, I'll go out of this one because that's actually multiple clothes. Let's just go one here, this one right here. Tony's gonna love this shirt, absolutely, Prayer Warrior. So let's go and have a look at this one. So as we can see, scroll right to the bottom, you can see how many people have favorited this. So there's only one favorite on this, not particularly popular. However, it was only listed a couple of days ago at the time of recording. Now, what's interesting here is this $14.40, and then if we go down here is $4.99 shipping to the US. So I just chucked in a US code there. So that's $4.99 shipping, right? And we can see here it's $14.40. So let's just go, there's all different sizes as you can see, right? Let's just go with unisex and we'll go with a medium. So it's actually more like $17.20. So plus 17.20, so it's $22.19 to actually purchase the shirt from Rocco Clothing. So if we just say they have an average of $22, we could actually go ahead and look at the number of sales, which is 8670. So it's this number multiplied by 8670. So it's $192,000 387 cents, and they only started on Etsy this year, which is very, very interesting. Now this company here look like they might actually produce their own shirts from scratch, but that's something we can look into a little further. But that's just to give you an idea of how much they brought in terms of revenue, okay? I'm gonna go to another store that I found earlier on that's particularly interesting. All right, so we're here on Geek Down, and they have 20,929 sales. So the other store we just looked at are pretty interesting because they've only been on Etsy this year and they're already making big ground on these guys. So that's particularly interesting. And that tells me that the type of designs the other company we looked at, they're more appealing, obviously, and they've been really populating their store very aggressively because this company here have 655, and we said the other company, I think we're at, let's see where it was, 269. So that's very interesting, right? Very interesting indeed. So now what you can basically do is here, you can look at any of these products and you can click in and you can actually look at the listing and you can scroll to the bottom and you can see how many favorites this particular product had. This one was only launched like very early and it has a lot of people favoriting it already, which tells me this is a trending design, right? And that's particularly interesting. But if you actually look down this company, you can see they have lots of different people that they're trying to appeal to. So you've got like a pizza crew here. These are like, you know, relating to just people, right? But if we scroll down, because these are the feature products, we're just going to the regular products. These are the ones that have been shown to us because Etsy feel like these are the ones that would be interesting to us. Now I looked at some of these and I saw there's a lot of these vegan related products. So I'm particularly interested and I thought, well, wonder how many of these shirts, how many like favorites these shirts have, because that would give us a good indication as to how popular those products are, because there's no way for us to tell how many items that this product's actually sold, right? Unless we actually own the company. This one's got 4 favorites, not particularly interesting. Vegan AF. I don't want to say what that actually means. 206. So that's interesting. So let's just say we searched vegan AF. We can see 1,157 results. So there's a lot of people that are selling this type of item and they're putting it on things from hats to t-shirts to mugs to everything in between. And they're all making money with that particular design. So that's something that we could look at. We could say, well, that we know is a validated design. People are buying that right now. That could be something we can do our own version of from complete scratch. We can redesign it, make it look more interesting, make it look better. And how we would do that is we would look at what's already selling on here. We can see it's all kind of like just text-based design with a little bit of a plant here, but maybe there's something else we can do. We can get a good designer to make something with different font, because all the fonts are kind of similar, better looking imagery, and then we could have something we could sell, right? And we'll get into how we get all that and stuff in just a minute. Are you on Instagram? If you're on Instagram, what I'd love you to do is give me a follow. All you gotta do right now is maybe take out your phone if you're on your computer. If you're watching this on your phone, maybe just check this out later. Go to Instagram, sign in, and then go up and type in Stephen J. Summers. You should see this on the screen right now. Stephen J. Summers, that's my handle. I want you to give me a follow, and then what I want you to do is send me a message on Instagram, DM me, let me know how you're getting on, if you've got any questions, and I'd love to respond to you. So jump over there right now, give me a follow, and I'll chat to you in there. All right, so I did a little bit of work earlier on, and I went through the Geek Down store, and I basically started to find different items that were interesting. So this vegan t-shirt Brockaholic is one. If we scroll down, we can see 2,284 favorites. So this is an absolutely interesting product. If you take the phrase Brockaholic then and put it into Etsy, what's going to tell you is there's 34 results. So this is a product I'm going to look at, and I'm going to actually go and try and get designed in our own way, in our own fashion, because this is clearly a very popular design that this item we just looked at has a lot of sales on it. So that's really interesting. We got this one now. It's a different company, powered by plants. This one looked interesting to me as well. 664. Now, this only one about this thing about this one is if you actually type this in here, you can see here that there's a lot of results for this. So the way I look at it is, look, if there's something that has a lot of favorites and it has a low amount of results, this is something that's interesting. Obviously, if something has a lot of results as well, it's good. But the problem, just like on Amazon, is it's going to kind of be hard to stand out here. Now, a lot of these designs are very similar, but it's just like getting your product in front of people is going to be relatively difficult to do. And what typically happens in Etsy is when someone sees, say, the Brockaholic thing, they might type that into Etsy then to go ahead and see, well, what other types of items are have these words and are this design on it, right? So that's the Brockaholic is a winner so far. I would say this other one is interesting, but a little bit too competitive. What else we got? This one here now, Edgy Veggie. This is crazy, right? This one here has got 3,341 favorites. So that's kind of crazy in terms of even the store or the product or whatever. It's a very popular one. You can see reviews coming in here as well. So this one is a very popular product indeed. So what we want to do here is actually check out a little bit further at this. So what we do is we type in edgy veggie. As you can see, 93 results. So edgy, and everyone's doing the same thing. Look, they're not really changing it up all that much. So we have the edgy veggie and brockaholic. There are 2 winners so far. Then this one here, no difference shirt. So you've got like the dog and the cow here. So again, 767 favorites. So that one could be one that's relatively worth looking at as well. These guys are doing a really good job of the lifestyle images too. Something we'd want to take a look at as well. I think to make our product stand out, certainly in this kind of a market. But if we actually go ahead and type in just no difference, I would just go with vegan, no difference. Because that's, I think, a big part of what that would be related to. This is 82 results for that. And even if we just take out the vegan part, just so go with no difference, it might give us some more results. So yeah, so there's a lot more because again, it's like there's so many different, the word difference is in so many different things here. So we would, that one could be kind of tricky, but that's one I think is still very interesting because the vegan no difference is low. And this one here is also, 1,003 favorites, and it's the whole don't ask me why I'm vegan. So if we actually search that, we can see there are 44 results for that. So these so far would be all the ones I would say are winning designs. This is a good example of a non-winning design. So it's a friends, not food. And you go down and you see, wow, 10,000 favorites, right? And you're thinking this one's a real, a real winner, right? But then when you type in friends, not food, you get the age-old problem of the fact that there's actually 8,431 results. So this one is ridiculously competitive. We would not go anywhere near that right now. And then we have that last one that we looked at earlier on, which again is quite interesting, 206 results. And then if you actually just type in vegan AF, I think we did that earlier, but just to kind of go over it again, quite a lot of results. So to me, I would actually go with these 4 designs right now if I was doing this as my first 4. And then we're in a situation where it's like, okay, well, what do we do next now? Well, we've found some potential designs. So now we have to go and find somebody who can make the designs better, different for us. I'm going to show you how to do that next. Okay, so we're in Fiverr now. And this is where we're going to find our potential designers, right? Like there's lots of places you can go, but Fiverr's interesting, right? It's low cost, it's something we can get up and running with. These designs don't have to be anything insane. And so what we would do here is we would just type in like typography t-shirt. That's one way to go. T-shirt designs, whatever you want to go with. But it is kind of a typography design because they're mostly like words and a bit of art. So again, that's what we would go with. Some of these people I've actually worked with before in the past, but just to show you how they work. So there's one here. You can just open that one. And you'd basically look down through some of these, which we will do. And we'll try to find who is doing designs that look good. Now again, I would look at reviews, try and make sure they're as close to a 5-star rating as you possibly can get, is an important part. And obviously you can go ahead and take a look at some of their reviews and see. Some of these as well I found that have like lower reviews, they can be really good. Like sometimes you might just like jump away from those because the review amounts are low, but actually in some cases they're more responsive because they don't have as many orders to deal with as somebody who's in a bit more demand, right? Let's go and take a look through some of these designers now. So this one here, you can basically just click here and look through all the different designs that they've done. So as you can see, they're very visual, these people. They do a lot of different fonts, and some of them look a little bit weird. This is something like this is pretty good. Obviously there's a lot in this design, but again, and we want to take our brockaholic thing and we want to make it kind of arty. So this type of a designer I think would be relatively interesting and someone that we could go and talk to about it. So what you would do then at this point, well, let's just keep going through a few more first actually. So these are quite nice, right? They look pretty good. Again, they're some of them are pretty good. Some of them look a little rougher than others, and that's okay. You're not going to always get the best design in the world on here, but again, they can be $9.53. You're probably going to pay about $25 for one of these, to be completely honest though, to get something that's really good. So I would get rid of that person. That's not so great. This one here, this one looks pretty good actually as well. So I would speak to this person also. These are quite good actually. They're a little bit over the top, right? But again, the fact that they have lots of different designs is good, that they're not just sort of one-dimensional in nature. I've got a final one here. This one's particularly good. I think this is probably a winner for me. Lots of cool designs, some better than others as always, but some of these are really interesting looking. So I would go and contact this person. So what you can do is you can contact seller, and you can basically just say, hey there, looking to have a t-shirt designed for sale on Etsy. I'm looking specifically for a typography design with some logo art as well. It's important that I can sell this item and would need a commercial license for the product. Can you please, I can't type, give me a custom offer for XYZ. So you go and then check in and see like what are the sizing requirements, etc., which we'll come to in a second. So you basically send off that message asking for a custom offer for this kind of design. They'll come back and they'll ask you the requirements. You could literally just do this, what I've just got right now, and that would work out okay because you've said, I want this kind of thing designed. I'm going to sell it over here. I need a commercial license. Can you please give me a custom offer for this? I would say also I'll need the .png of the file as well. Look forward to working with you. Right? There's a lot more detail you can go into in something like this, but I would just start there. You can as well give examples of what you're looking at. So let's say we go and we grab this Brockaholic thing, something like that, right? And then get that. So we'll actually go with the winning one, which is this one right here. Right, this is the one that we had earlier on, remember? All the favorites, 2284. So we just take a snap of that, right? Take a snap there, and then we go back to Fiverr and just attach this, right? Attach that right there. And then you can just say, it's important that we can take the attached design and make it more interesting with better fonts and an improved design on the URL. I can never spell that damn word. I think I got it right. So I'm going to send that, right? Just to show you how it works. Sent, all gone. Sent, and that person's going to receive it. Now it's nighttime where they are, so I'll get that later, and we'll put that in at a later video as well to see what they come back with. All right. So that's essentially what we would do there. And now at this point in time, we've sent off the Brockaholic design. We send it to that designer. We've asked them for what we're looking for. They're going to come back with a response and a custom offer as well, which is going to be a specific offer that they give us inside the Fiverr system, which we can then go ahead and purchase from them. It's probably going to be about $25. Also, that's something you could have put in there, which would have made a lot of sense. I have a $25 budget for this. This is what I'm looking for. This is the maximum I'm looking to spend, and they'll give you a custom offer for just less than $25, which will bring it up to $25. So that's just something I didn't add in there, but that's something you absolutely should add in there as well. So that's all there is to that. Now we're going to go and look at where can we get these products actually printed. All right, so the final step then here in this little quick tutorial today showing you how to get up and running on Etsy is we would go to Printify. Obviously, we would need to get an Etsy seller account and all that. It's very easy to do, not too much to talk about there. You can Google it. It takes 2 seconds to do. So that's not a particularly difficult thing. The important thing to mention about Etsy though is that they want to know where your item came from. Now luckily Printify has a direct integration with Etsy, which is great for you and me because we can actually literally link it to our Etsy account, and that's going to put us into a really good position. So that's something that you should absolutely look to do as well, because it's going to make the fulfillment of your orders a lot more automatic, and also Etsy needs to know that this item was kind of custom built, because Etsy is still a platform for creators, people who craft things, etc. And so this is a creation. It's classified as a creation, but something that you want to also make sure that you include so people know where the hell the thing came from, right? Now, Printify, you can sign up for free. There is a premium account where you'll get prices a little lower as well when you do that. So just to show you how it works, okay? So you got to think of the catalog, and you can see all the different kinds of things you can get done. Men's clothing, women's clothing, kids, accessories, I mean, even down to bags, jewelry, right? So many things Printify can do, and what basically will happen is whenever you receive an order, the order will get placed with Printify. They're going to charge you for the item, and they're going to charge you for the shipping as well. And then basically whatever you've charged on Etsy, you get the difference between the two of those, right? Is this going to make you a billionaire overnight? Absolutely not, but this is something you can get up and running and you can make some money from. So let's go and take a look at just some t-shirts now to see what kind of pricing that we're looking at. So we've got t-shirts right here, and again, it's going to give you lots of different options of t-shirts, right? So you can just look at the lesser expensive ones for now, but obviously there's lots of different ones here. If you did have Printify Premium, which will make sense once you get up and running, you can get the t-shirts for much less as well, which makes you more margin down the line, right? Let's just go and look here. Just it's a bestseller, this product here. It's the Gildan 5000, right? So we click in here. So it's going to give us all the different providers then who can do this product. Now it depends where you're selling the item. There's people in the UK, Germany, there's people in the US. So you can look at their rating obviously here, and you can look at their average production time here as well. And that's going to give you the cost, and it's going to give you the shipping, right? So it says from $8.66, from $4. So it's going to likely be a little bit more than that, right? So US is $4, additional item $2, Canada $8, $4, international $8, $4. So obviously if you're shipping globally, it's going to cost you more money for these particular products. That's just something you can be thinking about when you're pricing your items. Now typically you're going to want to price your items at 2 times to 3 times the cost of the item, just at a very broad basic. It's something you can break down in more detail if you want to get into Etsy and do that. But that's just as a simple example where you would want to be. But let's just say this was correct. So there was $8.66 and $4. So let's go on that. Well, actually, I would go on the lesser cost because this is something we would look to do down the line. So let's just go back a step. So I'd say it's $5.47 for this item. So we click in here and it's $5.47 we'd be looking at if we already had the membership. So let's just say it was $6.04. So that's obviously going to be $10. We know that we're going to sell the item for about $23.99, $24 all in. So let's just say it was $23.99, $23.99, and we said we were paying 6 and 4, which is 10. So obviously we have well, it's $13.99. Don't have to do that, right? So we have $13.99 left over after we've actually sold the product. Now, obviously, we have some Etsy fees and stuff like that, which are pretty low cost. It's like 20 cents to list an item on Etsy. There are some obviously final listing fees as well. But again, this can work out pretty well for us. Again, it's going to be something we need a lot of volume of as well on Etsy to make work. But it's something that, as you can see here, you can do pretty well from it. And again, look, you're just going to become more competitive the more competitive designs you pick. So it's really a function of picking the right designs, making new good versions of those designs, getting them onto the Etsy platform and making some money doing it. So today was really just a very quick whistle stop tour. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. It was a quick tour of everything today, just so you can see how it looks, how it works, how much money, roughly speaking, that you can be making. We saw some of the stores that are on making a lot of money doing this. So again, I just wanted to make this now so it's give you another thing to think about, something you can be considering, giving you a lot of this kind of steps here. We will do more of this in more detail. If you want us to do it on the channel, we'll actually build some stuff out. You can see us doing it. Let me know if you want to see that. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. I just thought it'd be something interesting today that you can look at, you can enjoy, and that's it for today. So all you gotta do now, of course, is like this video, give us a comment as well. We asked you a couple of times for a comment in the video. We'd really appreciate that. Let us know if you want us to do more Etsy tutorials, you want us to actually start applying a lot of this stuff and showing you what happens along the way, right? We're more than happy to do that, show you some new stores launching, things like that. So if you're interested, let us know down in the comments as well. And as always, subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon. And if you haven't already become part of the Marketplace Superheroes world, you can scroll down to the description or the first comment and you can get yourself onto our email list and get some free training as well to learn how to get an online business up and running from scratch. So hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to do more of these in the future. See you in the next video.